Today's topic is chins or chin-ups, and the reason why they're in the program, or why, if you're interested in strength training, you would also want to keep them in your program. I'm Carl Ragavan, Europe's original starting strength coach. This is Beautiful Strength, and welcome to the show. So one of my favorite quotes about chin-ups is by Jim Wendler, founder of 531, an old OG Westside barbell powerlifter. He said something at a round table discussion for starting strength. If you can't do chin-ups, you're either fat, weak, or injured, and all of those things suck. And he's exactly right. I actually agree with Jim on this one. If you can't do chins, you're either fat, weak, or injured, and all those things suck. So usually 9 times out of 10, people don't like to address weaknesses. They like to cherry pick lifts. I don't want to do deadlifts, I want to do rack pulls. I don't want to squat to depth, I'm going to use a box. I want to not do chins, I'm going to do the lat pull down. That is a big one. And it's permission to be a pussy and permission to do easy things when we know easy doesn't work as effectively as hard. So to me, these things should be encouraged. A big gripe you always hear about people who do starting strength is they complain about the lack of arm work. And if you're doing heavy benches, heavy presses, doing your chin-ups, you're going to develop some arms. The issue is you're weak, you're not lifting enough, and you're probably not eating and sleeping enough. So if you're skipping chins, that's a surefire way to miss some arm work, right? What's really interesting about the chin-up in particular is we call it an ancillary lift, meaning doing chin-ups actually gives you some strength benefits in your shoulder and your shoulder girdle for the press and the bench, and it is a lift which you actually can't replicate with a barbell, right? So for that reason, we call it an ancillary lift. It's a special form of assistance lift that you can't actually duplicate with a barbell, hence why it's in the program. We're training for general strength. If you're doing starting strength, or if you're in the pursuit of trying to get stronger, we're not specialized or limited to just the barbell in terms of other useful things. And the chin-up is one of those things which actually is a useful lift to master and get stronger at. The idea of pulling yourself towards something, that is a basic human movement pattern. So the ability of you to do a chin-up is part of the criteria that we like to use in starting strength. And again, I want to repeat, chins or chin-ups, they're not in every powerlifter or weightlifter's program. And that's okay, because we are not powerlifters and weightlifters. We are primarily training for general strength by doing squats, presses, benches, deadlifts, power cleans, chin-ups. We're making our whole system stronger. We're not trying to bias a specific sport. We're trying to hit all these lifts to get a strength adaptation. Yes, there is skill involved that represents those sports, but we're not trying to compete at this stage of our training. We're just focusing on getting generally good at all these things. We don't have to be a master of 2 or 3. So for that reason, chin-ups fit the bill. So I hope you liked that show. I'm Carl Ragavan. That was Beautiful Strength. And remember, the barbell never lies.